my London Feijoas have got like closing in on 500,000 views in the last few days. What I feel really bad about is so many people have wanted me to send some, and I want to be able to, but it is like I've got a lot for a single household. I can't hook everyone up, and that does actually upset me because I'd love to. But what I can do is I can give you the advice that I kind of know whilst I take. And by the way, this one's huge, right? This is about as big as I've ever created in London. So like this isn't the norm. I've had a really good year in terms of we've got good size Feijoa. I'm happy with them. This one's a beast. Let's open her up now. Traditionally back home, right, we would cut them in half. But what I've found over the years, because I've had years where it was pretty bad in terms of what we produced, is that I've found that actually I peel them like this. And that's because I've had years where really the amount of Feijoa we have is pretty low. And so you really start to treasure it. Whereas back home in New Zealand, they're so ubiquitous and they're everywhere that you just like cut them in half, roughly scoop them onto the next, right? Because there's 5 million of those suckers. Whereas now I found that this is what I do. And then let's show you the inside of that bad boy. And so the jelly is mixed in terms of how much jelly you get. Some of them you'll get lots, some of them you won't get as much. It's a mix. So people ask me, they smell exactly like you think they do too. Some of you have asked me, how do I get them to grow in London? So first things first, find the sunniest spot. Sunniest, warmest spot that you can. They do want to be warm. It's been snowing today, and that's fine. The Feijoas are fine. They're more likely to be sad the smaller and younger they are. I have found that I get best fruit production when I get a load of manure on there late winter. It helps. They've got shallow roots, so you can keep those a bit warmer by mounting up. And also gives them all the nutrients as they go into the season. And then once you see the flower come in, you just make sure you give them a big old drink once a week, right? That's what my granddad taught me in Auckland where he lived. Now different climate, but it's held true over here. And then I find typically that I get fruit in November. Now the one that I've got at the moment is a kind of Acacelliana. So it's kind of like the base variety, because actually Feijoa are from South America, not New Zealand. It's just that we grow a lot of them in New Zealand. And that does fine, but they're hit and miss, right? It depends on the tree you get. So I've got like 2 in my garden, and one of them produces fruit, but they're all really small. I use that to cross-pollinate, but I don't get an awful lot of eating fruit off of it. And then I've got more in my allotment. They're smaller trees. I think it's called Burncoose Nurseries. So if you search that, they actually have named varieties from New Zealand of Feijoa. So you can get your hookup that way.